Hello everyone and welcome to Little Red Rooster TV. This is Gene Thorpe. I'm here in Northern California, out of Lincoln, California. Just reaching out, I've this is my 5th video, Little Red Rooster TV, show number 5, and I've put 4 additional ones out and have had so much feedback. I'm realizing I'm going out to where, people don't know you, and I'm not sure really how people are finding this video, but it's interesting and I like it. It's fun. Anyway, today I had a couple of things that I wanted to talk about in the show. We're going to have a quote, of course, and we're going to talk about a couple of health tips. I've been talking to a lot of people that are trying to improve their health lately, and I might as well go right into that. And some people are into running, some people are into weight training, some people are into protein shakes. There's so many different ways to stay fit, and I guess the most important thing that we can do is to stay fit. So, because the longer all of our parts work and everything, and we can keep on going, then we can be creative and do what we like to do and that type of thing. So, I would say right now, if a person was going to start, probably it'd be a good idea to get aerobic activity for 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. Watch out what you eat. I like to try to eat a lot of fresh vegetables and salads and things like that. So, basically I guess you got to just move, get the range of motion thing going. One fella challenged me to come over for yoga. I don't think I'm ready for that. I used to have a book that scared the heck out of me. Anyway, so much for health. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now is we're going to move over and talk about what's going on in the current band today. And so here we go. So, last night we played at the VFW Hall, the new Gene Thorpe Band, and with Clark Calvert, John Seymour, Skip Cronin, and myself. And I'll tell you what, it's like, for me, I'm a hedonist. I've always said that as a guitar player and as a musician, I'm there doing it because I'm having fun. I also love what the people react to if they like it. But I don't worry about it one way or the other so much. It's basically because I'm having fun. And this particular incarnation, because of the way John plays Seymour on the bass, he plays like a very professional record bass player. And it allows me to feel so comfortable. I love Ron Behringer's bass playing as well, and mostly it was a mirrored image of what Ron and I could come up with. But John Seymour's been a bass player for many, many years, and so he's a professional, so there is a difference. And then Skip also and I, because of the more relaxed thing right there for us last night, we were able to sing and concentrate on our singing a lot. And Clark being there takes a lot of pressure off of me. Like on Thursday night, we played at Kim's Country Kitchen with Ron on the bass and Skip and I, but without having Clark being able to be there. And so, as a guitar player, for many years I was in a trio. A lot of my time in music I've played in a trio. And so Ron and Skip and I for years had played in a trio. And then by having Drew Salee and Joe Gotch and, Brian Earl Warrensford, and John Piper and Ernie Apodaca and many of the people that we played with in that stretch of time from about 2002 up until now, it was very easy to kick back and say, okay, I don't really have that much responsibility. But now, and actually from Thursday, with just being myself on the guitar, it really makes me have to work a little bit harder and concentrate more, and that is a fun thing, not only because of the challenge of it, and being able to do whatever songs I want, but because it makes me grow more. And really, I think that as I get older, I'm really becoming addicted to liking to challenge myself and improving things. That's one of the reasons why I want to do this show. And the thing I know about this, I think about a lot about what am I going to say when I'm here and that type of thing. But I just want to stay focused and continue to do it and persevere, like many of the great people, said. Winston Churchill is one of my favorite guys. And a quote that I love, and basically it is the quote for today, is never give up, never quit. And too many people, I think the process of going for whatever it is that you want That's the sweet spot in life, in my opinion. If you ever get there or not, you know, like I was talking with my wife, and you know, so many people get to this pinnacle of whatever success is supposed to be to people. But I think the people that truly are successful are people who are having so much joy in the journey. So that was a great thing. The process of playing on Thursday and then coming back on and playing on Friday, 2 different bands. I had 2 crutches, so to speak, or you know, one with having John there on the bass, and then one with having Clark. So I'm very thankful, and this is going to really be a fun musical endeavor for us. And so that is the current update on the current Gene Thorpe Band. Oh, I just wanted to say one thing. It is such a pleasure to have played with Skip Cron for this past 20 years, and a fantastic honor and pleasure to have played with Ron Berenger for the past 30 years. So it's a really, you know, ever since I've come to Lincoln, Ron and I have played. Anyway, we're going to move on to other things, so we're going to be talking about some of the news and views coming up. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about news and views, and you know what that is to me is like basically what's happening in either the music business, the instrument business, recording, live sound, etc. And here's a little bit of news. One of the artists that I really respect in the world is a guy named Willie K. He comes from Maui, Hawaii. And the guy is incredible, and I watch him live as often as I ever can. I first saw him on Kauai about 7 or 8 years ago when he was in a band called the Barefoot Natives. But this time in Maui I saw him at the Hard Rock Cafe, and he was playing with a trio, incredible bass player, incredible drummer. These guys were way over the top. I would say they're, well, so Willie K, I mean, actually does jam with the guys from Aerosmith, and Mick Fleetwood has a club in Maui, and they jam all the time. There's videos. If you go on YouTube, go Willie K. He is a fantastic entertainer, but here's what I'm going to talk about, is that he uses, and I saw him in the Hard Rock, a harmonizing machine that when he's going along and it requires another voice, he presses a button and it is there, and it's done so tastefully, it sounds so good, and it's so real because it is the real voice being duplicated in a different harmony. Well, in our band, Skip and I both are the only 2 singers, so what we're going to be doing, oh well, now I mean Clark does sing too, but most of the time we let him on the saxophone. But we're going to get these little harmonizing machines and work it out so when it's appropriate, we're going to try those and add those to the band. And, okay, getting around to the views, my view on that is, man, if it sounds good, you know, let's try it. It's still difficult, and that's what live music is all about. I love live music because live music, in order to sound good at a good volume and play a good variety and not have a lot of dead air, it's difficult. It's a challenge. It's one of those kind of things that I love to do because it's something that you have to do to be accurate. Another thing I was going to talk about today is I got a telephone call last night, and it was a message, and so this morning I talked to him. Gary Powell, a fellow that I played with back in 1966, and we were in a band called The Concern with Verlin Tom on the drums, and Laura Flowers was our lead vocalist. We had a number of different bass players, and we played around Sacramento, and it was just a beautiful time for me. Gary is a very advanced guitar player for his time, and his brother Tony played in the most popular live band in Sacramento in those days, The Fugitives. And they could play just any kind of a hit. I mean, I'll tell you, and they could sing accurately. They had fellows that really had tenor voices and that. But Gary Powell, as an influence on me, was wonderful. This guy sat around and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced, and that made me realize that if you're going to get that dexterity, you've got to do that. And he had the ear for being able to pick the songs out on the recordings. And the reason that I think that's a good thing for musicians to be able to do is by going through that practice, you're able to learn how those hits are made, how you make those kinds of chords, and expand your own vocabulary of chords. And Gary taught me a lot on that. So I just want to tip my hand to you, say, hey Gary, thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. And this is Gene Thorpe and Little Red Rooster TV signing out. I hope you guys all have a great week. Thank you.